I am here with Coach Jeremy. Coach Jeremy, do you want to tell a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I have actually been in addition to uh, coaching, I am a court-ordered counselor coaching court-mandated clients, as well as individual clients for a variety of issues. And I came on board with World Changers uh, shortly after I passed my NCMHCE exam, which was 2 years after I passed my NCE exam in CPCE. So pretty fluent in all three of those and excited to, you know, bring both what I have in my practice into the coaching and vice versa.
Awesome. Thank you. So we know there's a lot of pressure. You know there's a lot of pressure with licensure exams. So how do you motivate and support your clients, especially when they're feeling overwhelmed or discouraged?
I try and help them focus on the process and not the long-term picture. I think that when we try and figure out and look at it from so much information, that it gets overwhelming and even scary to even start. And so to look at it from a step-by-step approach as opposed to looking at how much in a short period of time is I found to be a way that can help them navigate through those anxiety or uncomfortable levels of anxiety that exist.
Yeah, absolutely. It is overwhelming when you think about the big picture and everything you have to learn. So breaking it down definitely is helpful. So, along those lines, what are some of the common challenges that your clients face? And then how do you help them overcome those?
I think just establishing a plan to really kind of attack this situation and uh, kind of figure out what I need to do exactly. It's easy to just kind of throw a bunch of books at people, but then it's, as opposed to, if it doesn't work for them, finding a way that does work for them, and then finding a way that, that they can easily more easily adapt to that makes sense, and then really kind of incorporate into their routine, so to speak.
Yeah, I think a lot of clients, they've seen the books, they have all the materials, but making those connections is sometimes something that a coach can definitely help with for sure. So how do you adapt your teaching method? You just mentioned that people learn differently. How do you adapt the way you teach and work with clients to accommodate different learning styles?
Well, I think when you want to find out how they understand it, my previous career, I actually went to school to be a sportscaster, and when it comes to being able to tell stories, when it comes to be able to describe things to people who don't understand it, you have to do it in a way that makes sense, and somebody who's watching a football game who doesn't know football might not know what a zone read, a bubble screen, and a lining up in a pistol means. But if you can kind of explain it in a way where they understand it, that doesn't sound like it's a foreign language, it makes sense. So the key is understanding how they tick, how they work, and then being able to adapt to them is kind of the way that help them see it in a way that makes sense. Kind of like that good math teacher, where you could, as opposed to not somebody who you know sounds like that they're incredibly so much of a genius, but able to explain in a way that somebody who's beneath them can understand it.
Yeah, I think a lot of the times our clients put into practice if they're working in the counseling field what they're studying. They just sometimes don't know the language that goes along with it. So, for sure, it's sometimes can seem like a foreign language. Any final thoughts or things that you would like to add?
I think the key is when it comes to feeling overwhelmed, when it comes to understanding and figuring out a plan, the key is finding the plan that works for you. I don't think that there's a clear cut, um, written out script that is the ticket, the golden ticket. I think each person has their own golden ticket, and the key is finding how what works best for them, and then hopping on their train, and helping them plow through the treacherous woods, so to speak.
Absolutely. And you personalizing that plan and going with what works for the client is what helps to um, decrease that anxiety and why your clients are so successful when they go to take their test. So, Coach Jeremy is available, like he mentioned, to coach for the CPCE, the NCE, and the NCMHCE. And so, definitely look to join a few of his sessions. And Jeremy, it was nice to talk to you.
You too.